Hey guys, Terry here. I am going to make a birthday card. I wanted to show you. I'm using the Better Together set because I like this happy birthday font, and Tranquil Tulips. And I have an idea sketch here that I got from Pinterest. So let's get started here. I've got my cardstock cut. And if you haven't seen my video about how to cut paper for card bases and for cards, I'll have a link to that video on my website. But basically my little tip that I keep nearby is if you cut a piece of 8.5 by 11 in half, it basically makes a card. And if you know that an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, if it's 11 and you cut it in half, this is 5.5. So I keep this little cheat sheet on my desk to remind me that this is 5.5 by 4.25, and then the next piece that goes on top, the next piece that goes on top would be 1/4 inch, so that there's 1/8 of an inch all the way around it. So you got that, and then the next smaller piece would be another 1/4 inch smaller. So that's why I keep this little posted here. The base is 5.5 by 4.25. Take a 1/4 inch off. This becomes 5.25 by 4, and then one more 1/4 inch off is 5 by 3 3/4. But like I said, I'll have a link to that video. But if you keep white around for the tops of the cards, and then I usually have them for the base of the card too. It just so happens today I'm using a green base because of the flowers. And then I cut also, this one is going to go inside the card. So it's just that same size as the black piece is to go inside the card. Because when you use colored card stock, you want to be able to write something on the inside. So let's start with stamping. Speaking of the inside, let's stamp the inside. So what I will do first here is move these aside, get out my Misty, and I'm going to stamp this in black. And the stamp set also had "Wishing you happiness on your special day," so I'm going to put that on the inside. Now because this is a rubber stamp, I'm going to take this part off of my Misty, and then this part will be picked up by the door. I'm just going to do this on black on the inside here. Okay. It's the first time I've used these stamps, so I wash them off. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay. These things happen. These things happen. That's why pieces of paper have two sides to them. It didn't stick because this is the older stamp sets. So what I'm going to do is use my tape runner, and I'm going to make this sticky here. Let's see, I'm going to wash this off. I will have a mess here. So I want to place this on the card again. So wash that off. And this time I'm going to put some sticky on here. So that it sticks to the door. I don't know why there's stickers at the beginning. Did not. A lot of them I didn't put the stickers on them for that reason. So, okay, there we go. That looks good. That's on the inside. So now we'll set that aside, and let's stamp the tulips on the front. Putting my, now the tulips are, well, we can stamp let's stamp the saying first since we got the mat out. We'll put the happy birthday here. And again, I'm going to put the tape runner on here. Just for that to be good and sticky. Now I'm also, for the outside, I'm going to make this be embossed. So I'm going to stamp it and then quickly put the clear embossing powder on it. I have clear and white embossing powder, and pardon the doggies. Okay, embossing it just makes it be a little more raised. I don't know, I think it adds something to it. It could just be stamped in black. Just like that, it makes it a little shiny and stand out a little bit more. Alright, so there is our words. So now I'll put the put this back in the Misty. I could just use my Stampin' blocks, but now this stamp set is not the rubber stamping. So this one, I put the Stampin' mat back in. Okay, let's do the stems first. These we'll do in green. Let's see here. Okay, pick this up. Push it back down in the corner. Get my green ink. Let's do Mossy Meadow. Oh, looks good. Okay, set that aside. And now let's do the tulips. And for the tulips, I'm going to there's 2-step stamping, so let's do the big one first. So this one is the background. And pick it up. And I'm going to grab a scrap piece because I want to have this not be as dark. So I'm using Calypso Coral. Some of these are old colors. So there's Calypso Coral, and I'm going to stamp it off the first time. Actually, you know what? I wonder if you... Let's try it here. Just going to take a little bit of it off so it's nice and light. And then we'll put the top part on. So I'm lining this up with that one. Scooting it back in the corner. Pick it up with the door. then this one we'll do full strength. Oh, that's going to look good. Okay, so now let's quickly do the others. Let's see, we'll do the background. And I'm not pushing real hard, I'm just kind of tapping it just to get that first coat off. This is really a pretty stamp set. I don't think you can line these up wrong. Anything's going to look pretty. This one will be full strength. So pretty. Okay, now we'll do this one. Be sure to wash it off before you put it on your paper again. I'm always worried I'm going to forget to do it on the scrap paper. Such a pretty set. I think this was a Hostess set from a few years ago. And you don't have to use the Misty for this. Just out of habit I use it. I don't get out my little clear blocks. So there is that. And, oh, there's the black Stampin part. So we'll do this. This one I think I will get my block out. I don't know where my blocks are. This definitely would be quicker with the blocks. Matter of fact, I might just use... Why don't I know where my blocks are? Hold on, I'm going to go get my blocks. Okay, found them. I had them tucked away in a drawer. So cute. I think the black will be a nice pop of color. I think there's a smaller one for these little ones, but this will work. Okay. Now let's assemble it. Doesn't that look good? Okay. Put all my pieces and parts here. Okay, I'm also going to use some twine around the bottom of it. I'm going to wrap it around a few times. So, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish times. And I think what I'll do is put stick it in the back here. Wrap it around. Might need Scotch tape. This tape is very, or this twine is plasticky. Just needed to stay in place for a second. pull it too tight. Okay, tie a knot in it. Some people can tie bows. I cannot tie bows. That's all my hands can do to put a knot in it. If you can tie a bow, God bless you. Okay, let's assemble it. Let's put it on the card base. I'm going to use my little score pad that I have. It does make a difference when you are folding the cardstock. Okay. And let's glue the inside in. And you know what? I'm going to add some liquid glue. I don't trust that this tape runner stays 100%, so it's always good to add a little bit more glue. And then I'm just lining that up. Wishing you happiness. Here's the front. And you could just use liquid glue. Your preference. I think this black really makes this pop. Happy birthday. I love the green and the white, a little bit of color. That looks good. Sometimes I use this too to help it just all, like I'll let it dry this way for a little bit. Just kind of holds it. Okay. I think it's a really cute card. Turned out good. Very springy. Good for an April birthday, don't you think? Don't you think so? I think it turned out cute. So this was with the Tranquil Tulips and Better Together. This Better Together had 2 sets in it. Had a lot of good all-around sayings in it. So I hope this inspired you to make some birthday cards. Thanks, guys. Subscribe so we can stay in touch, and I'll have links on my website to information. Thanks.